Hello, welcome back to Disco Elysium. It's me, A. Prustian, and I am here. I have to open that large door, is the goal. I did turn this generator on, so I wonder if that's gonna be... Oh, there's like the control panel down here. Okay. I think I need to go underneath. Maybe? Yes, okay. Perfect. The hatch is jammed shut. Okay, well, not that then.
Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard.
Run your fingers across the keyboard.
The keys rattle like teeth. This keyboard hasn't been functional in decades.
What is this then?
The console of an anti-computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out. They terminate here.
Could this open the blast door?
I think, yes. Let's see. That one. The emergency open.
He points to the emergency dial switch. Okay. Well, sure, turn emergency open.
The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
Nice. It's quite the, there we go.
After you.
Okay. Yeah, what's in there? Points to the door.
I don't know.
Yeah.
A thin wisp of smoke rises from a charred black fire pit. The wind picks up, then dies down again.
Yeah, what if we get into another fight?
Don't worry. I have a gun.
He takes out his sidearm, checks the barrel, then holsters it again. I also have a gun.
I know. It was not easy to acquire.
It was not. Alright. I'm just curious
A dim
if I
golden
can...
glow animates the console. Faint, like a ghost light. Urgence ouvert reads one dial key. Allumer reads another.
It's on. Turn emergency open.
Automatic boot.
I want to know what happens if I push light interior.
The lighting in the room turns on with a sizzle. A dim ambient orange.
Radio?
The dial slides under the glass, dark and silent. Restoring electric power has not breathed life into it.
That's too bad. Okay. Although I am mildly curious if I could still go out this way where my dream was. Oh, water rushes below. Far down below. What's, this then? Oh. Fantastic. I'll take stuff from under the stairs. I'm gonna go out this way first because I've already been here in the dream. And I'm curious to see a firing slit. You can't see inside. That would make sense. Oh. It must have taken a direct hit to take out such a huge chunk. Yeah, this place was bombed, right? Ugh.
A strange feeling looking at the water. Maybe you should just wander off into the sea. Leave it all and walk in.
Let's not.
With a bottle in your hand.
A bottle in my hand.
Always.
Why?
Perhaps there's someone there, under the water, waiting for you, where it has always been. Smelling of tutti frutti and betrayal. Maybe you know it's going to hurt.
It's cold.
Yes, cold and still. But love is warm, like the inside of her mouth.
No.
Yes, 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 yes.
Raise your sight.
In the still mirror of the bay, you see Martinez, reflected. Tall edifices of ruins reach into the water, like shimmering towers. And the shacks too. Pine trees and motor lorries, upside down. Islets and posts, like stepping stones, lead into the water in front of you. Go. Step in. It's been too long.
It's really interesting given that's the path we took in the dream and we just walked right across the water. And obviously that would not happen now. Shake your head. The winch is broken. Rust has eaten what remains of the chain. Okay. Oh. Is it possible to go this way? The pain in your pelvis makes you wince. Then you continue. Ooh, yeah. I should go out the other door first, though. The inside of the fortress. You make out the console and the blast door. Yeah, okay, well, I can explore that way. That's good to know. It's always so hard to think when it branches, like, which way to go first? I didn't want to go anywhere new, though, there. I just wanted to see what I've already seen. And here, I'll go somewhere new. Maybe I'll save. I'm nervous. Like, after what happened with Ruby, it feels like... And, I suppose, the Tribunal. It actually does feel like bad things can happen. You know, like, through most of the game, there's been, like, embarrassing things or awkward things, but there hadn't been really bad things until then. Small white flowers blossom all around you. A rubber dinghy. It's deflated, broken. Maybe that's how whoever got here to begin with? Oh yeah, here they are. I wonder if it is possible, actually, to have gotten here that other path that I decided not to take. Yeah, that other path, now I'm like, ooh, maybe I'll go that way instead of talking to the guy. We'll talk to the guy last. Yeah. A weathered artillery map showing coordinates of the Bay of Revachol. I got a lum fuel canister. An old medicine cabinet newly stocked with Dramamine.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like two eyes in the wall.
This is where the shot was taken from?
This looks like a good place to aim from.
The lieutenant looks around. He steps closer with his hand on his gun. Inspect the
A
mattress.
single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand and name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns. And an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts.
Pick one out of the can.
The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Tio Morteri. Contemporary Revacholians prefer Druan, a local blend from the southern islands, or Astra, the legendary cigarette from Grad. Tio Morteri is favored by older men for its paper filter tips, sweet smell, and added tar.
Oh. I saw the same brand of cigarettes extinguished in Land's End, Point West.
Could be a coincidence. Or the same person has visited Land's End and here.
He looks around.
I didn't see any signs of smoking inside though. If people live there, they keep it tidy. This here may also be a smoking spot.
Let's inspect the wall.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window.
Touch the concrete first.
Quite old and grimy from years without cleaning. by anything other than the rain.
Look through the hole in the concrete.
The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water, the ruins look familiar.
On the left?
A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A and 33B.
On the right?
The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10. The doomed commercial area.
And between the two.
The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop. Sunlight reflecting off the upstairs window of Clausia's room.
Motherfucker.
What does that mean? Do you have line of sight to the window?
More than that.
Kim, with a pair of binoculars, I would be able to see inside the room.
A pair of binoculars? Or a scope of a rifle? You'd be prone, lying on a mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure.
Cheek against a cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger, on a calm day like this.
Yeah, I could make it. I could make the shot.
Good. I think we have it, Detective. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
Huh. I'm kind of shocked that it really is, like, a sniper. Like, it's still, like, people had suggested it, but I didn't ever really take it seriously as a theory until they pointed out no one heard the shot. But it's still, it's interesting that the whole thing is... I think what's weird about it is it feels so impersonal, whereas everything in this game is very social, personal, like, you open people up, it's all about the people. But this, a sniper far away in a sniper's nest, is so literally distant. So I am super intrigued to go talk to this guy.
Affirmative.
Yeah, master cop work. Finally.
In our defense, nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere.
Yeah, you're right.
He looks north, over the fortification, then at the mattress.
Could the shooter still be here?
Where?
He looks behind his back. On this island.
He does not answer, just nods. With his back hunched, he looks around once more and says,
"We should move now."
Okay, so here's the thing that confuses me. I think that maybe something went a little haywire with the game. I picked up a fuel can here, but it already let me put fuel in the generator. I think that wasn't supposed to happen. I think you're not supposed to open the generator and open that door until you've been there. Right? Like, I thought at the time that because I had inspected the fuel right at the entrance of the island, that's where the fuel would come from, but it seemed a little weird to me. I had only looked at it. Here I've actually picked some up. So I think that's what's going on, and it doesn't really matter, except that I'm glad I went to that place first before coming back to talk to the guy, because I feel like that's probably the proper order to talk to him in. Because, yeah, now I have... Yeah. There's still some fuel in this battered canister, a liter or two. The metal looks decades old. The logo of the automotive manufacturer Lum has faded on the side. Okay. And these are my things. So this still didn't work. Huh. I mean, I guess it was a dream, but I should have rejected it, but still. Okay, let's actually go talk to this guy now. Maybe another save. Okay, who is it?
An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours. Unclouded by cataracts, his eyesight is sharp.
Interesting. Are you the fire guy?
The what now? I can't hear you.
He cups his ear. Did you recently tell 2 kids to put out their fire? 2 twins.
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position.
The position sounds like a hiding place.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
Excuse you, I'm trying very hard to be a communist. You've retained your eyesight.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
I fueled the generator, then used the console.
I should have burned that console down.
How did you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
That's right. We did play music while we crossed on the boat.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
Right? You didn't say that, Kim.
I did.
Oh.
We have entered a world where he said you shouldn't. It is the only world.
Whether or not it was that world before Kim just said I did or not doesn't matter. It is that world now. It was not rock and roll, it was sad FM.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness, a weapon of the bourgeoisie. The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate, hip gyrating, mental illness music.
Nice gun you've got there.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Is it a Bell Magrave?
It's a 3-Angong 446.
Southeast Samaran made. Exotic. Must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
Kim's excited.
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Signal commune. Military aid.
He pats the rifle.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
The Xinyao commune?
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk wiped from the board.
His gaze turns inwards.
He's right. Almost no one remembers there was a third metastasis of the world revolution in the Safre Empire, extinguished in '06.
It's not wiped from the board. I remember it.
They wouldn't like hearing their name in your mouth. Damn dog.
The time will come to win his trust, comrade. It is not now. You need to take care of the gun first.
Okay. Oh, let's see. Oh, I have more options here. I don't know if he'll take this as a threat, but it's a new option, so I'm gonna try it. Your weapon has stayed true to you. Mine has stayed true to me too. Show him the gun in your hand.
Yes. I bet you've killed a lot of people with it. You fascist fuck.
His eyes narrow.
Have you come to make me one of them?
See, that's what I thought. You might take it as a...
We have come to ask you questions. Nothing more.
The lieutenant puts his hand on his holster.
If you do not comply, we will take you in. Do you understand?
Okay, interesting. Alright. Huh. I would prefer him to put the gun down. I feel like that's maybe a tougher sell than this. So you could keep the gun, keep it down, not one move. No, this is more polite, right? Sir, I need you to put down that gun. I mean, if it's like an actual polite sir, not like cop talk, I don't know. We'll try this.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
Interesting. I'm not convinced I can pull this off. That is a very low authority, man. Kim? Turn to the lieutenant.
The lieutenant aims his pistol
Oh,
square
shit, that's
at the
not what I
man's
meant.
forehead.
Put it down now, sir.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question me. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
The old man lays the rifle down carelessly, then looks at it lying there.
Like an amputated limb in the sand.
Yeah, that's not what I meant. I wanted Kim's advice, not that, but like, I guess it worked.
He stares on, his wrinkled mouth moving without a sound. A strange sadness, like a song.
What did you say?
The future teaches you to be alone.
The present.
The present.
The present to be afraid and cold.
The old man pulls back the hood of his plastic cape and looks at the sky. It's blue-gray, the same color as the sea. Those words, the future teaches you.
Real music. Real Brilliant cult. That's La Revacholière, not your rock and roll misanthropy. Chanson de soldat of the black and whites.
Marching song.
I know La Revacholière. It's the marching song of the World Revolution.
There you go. One of three.
His eyes remain fixed on the sky as he sighs.
In Grad, they sang Brave Children, favorites of history. And in Sinyao, it was some Samaran shit, I guess.
He struggles to remember, then gives up. How does it go, the song?
How did it go?
He looks at his gun on the ground and shakes his head slowly.
Something about shooting rabbits. I don't know. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's gone now.
He waves erratically with his hand, annoyed that he can't remember. A little tremor passes through him. It was dear to him. He resents forgetting it.
Pick up the gun lying in the sand.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stopped and patched in places with tape and wire.
Inspect it closer.
The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangong, 4.46 millimeter, made in Sinyao.
It's as you said, it's a Triangong, made in Sinyao.
No one said it has to be Belmagrave. We were just guessing.
The lieutenant does not take his eyes off the old man.
From ballistics, it could easily have been a Triangong, too.
It doesn't matter if it was made in Shanti Shanti. All it has to do is use jacketed ammunition. And it does.
Yeah, jacketed ammunition, 4.46.
The right type and the right calibre.
The lieutenant nods, glancing at the gun.
He's liking this.
Stow the gun.
The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It can be used against him to get a confession. In time.
Who are you? Now that is a good question.
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol.
I at some point kind of expected the death of this guy to be of our murder victim to be political. But I was expecting it to be like new school political. You know, Wild Pines versus the Union, not old school political, you know, like this. The old revolution. So we'll see how this goes. This is interesting.
I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my terminus surrender.
His eyes turn to the reeds again, dead and dull.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? Your holdover from the...
The lieutenant forgets to close his mouth.
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in '07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in '08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
Wow. You've been on the island for 43 years?
No. I've been on other islands, too.
He looks into the fire. A wisp of smoke rises from somewhere between the charred logs.
I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E-48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
But, right, you've been in hiding for 43 years.
43 years and 10 months.
That's the length of my entire life.
It's too long. It's not how a human being should live. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
Huh. He grimaces, clearly in pain.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
He looks across the water.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. Street lights will soon be lit. Further inland, the streets are alive with workers, men, women, children, street hawks and migrant laborers. The temperature is steady. Alto cumulus clouds form above Precinct 41.
Always waiting.
The old man turns his eyes from the shore and back to you. For what?
For her to return.
Okay.
Her who?
Girl, child, revolution.
Girl, child, revolution?
Always.
Huh. Sure, she better come. I too have given my life to Mazovian socioeconomics.
A waste. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves.
He blinks his black eyes.
The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do.
So, did he shoot the guy to start a revolution? Because it sounds like he's given up. said you deserted your unit?
I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too.
Lapse of faith?
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism. A second is all it took
For what?
for reaction to take hold.
What's reaction?
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
Wasn't reaction. You were just afraid.
It's the same thing. You haven't seen it. Not really. Not naked. It's impossible not to be afraid.
Yeah.
And this was when?
The lieutenant instinctively looks to his notebook, but does not take it out.
May the 13th, '08. 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky, and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
Dark magic?
The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower,
He gestures toward it.
huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
He looks east. What then?
I ran. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers underground, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened of the ordnance all night and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring.
He looks at the sky. What was that?
Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too. Shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels, or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality.
He opens his eyes and stares straight through you. Seen what?
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know
Know what?
that the bourgeois are not human.
I'm gonna say nothing and let him finish.
I had to. I had to fight it. I had to never stop.
The old man falls silent. His black eyes keep piercing your skin as he looks to some great distance behind you, shaking his head slowly, retreating from it. Damn. Like, that's like really heavy, right? Like, to be part of a group, run away because you're scared. They all died. But it's almost poetic how he talks about it, right? Like, capital dropping the mask of its humanity in order to destroy the tenderness of the world. Like, damn. That that feels too real, as they say. Whew, what is this place? This island?
It's not an island, Dwat. It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
What was it used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
It wasn't enough. You mean the landing, retaking of Revachol?
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
Right? First, I'm not one of them.
Sure you are. You're RCM. Answer me. Who calls an operation against 50 million people Deathblow?
Yeah, murderers. I know what you mean.
You don't know. You haven't seen it. Iblis,
Iblis?
the black-eyed angel.
He nods.
Shaitan Ahura, the darkened one.
That conceptualization, that was not as helpful as I think you might have thought it would be.